Ubisoft is a game company many of us probably has a love-hate relationship. The thing is, they have such great IPs and ideas, but ultimately they just fall flat. One franchise I really need to talk about is Assassin's Creed. Now, I have played basically every single entry except one and Rogue, but they don't count. If it makes you feel better, I did play Liberation, so there's that. And the thing I really want to focus about is the parkour, the most important element in that game. I don't really care about the story or lore, I mean, who cares? But it's the parkour that made me fall in love with this game. And I would like to take you back to Assassin's Creed 2 and Brother 2. Now, I have recently replayed Assassin's Creed 2, and I gotta admit the game became a little bit outdated. The controls you have in the parkour is still one of the best Assassin's Creed parkour of all time. We're looking at how much control you have over your character, but the flow of the parkour just isn't there, man. Your character makes small pauses or small trip after every jump. In Revelations, that will make sense since Ezio is like 80 years old or something, but in 2 and Brotherhood, not so much, I'll be honest. And for me, it just kinda kills the flow of the parkour. Now, the parkour is still goated, still really good, but not perfect. And that is probably because it was still the first game and it was quite an old game. So there were probably some limitations and stuff like that, but they eventually fixed most of the stuff. And another thing that game lacks nowadays are those crisp animations. Like the ones from Unity, the ones where your character makes a cool flip and dives and stuff like that. Like that shit cool. Like God bless the animation team in that one. But there was a sacrifice. One of the most useful mechanics the game was ripped off. And not for any good reasons. It's just gone. Is ledge grab. This thing. See that? What he did with his hands? How he reaches out, grab a ledge that's off to the side. It's gone. And over the years, many more mechanics will be gone. Like manual jump. A simple jump you can use whenever you like. To make your parkour more efficient and faster. A mechanic that should be a no-brainer. I mean, it's a fucking parkour game. There should be a jump button. After Unity, it's gone. Here are some examples I would like you to see. Okay, in this clip, near the wooden structure, I could have just climbed, but also I could just use manual jump so that it skips the climbing animation, making the route just a tiny bit shorter but a lot more fun. In this example, I'm doing a side eject. Instead of climbing all the way up, I can just jump to the side and be on my feet again. Here's it again, doing it right now. Here's another example how you can be more efficient, or if anything, at least cooler. In this small obstacle, what I did the first time, I jumped directly onto the platform, which made me do a climbing animation. The second time I did it, I went onto the wall on the side to gain a little bit more height, and then I jumped to it, skipping the climbing animation. Now, I don't have footage for the next example, but I do have MS Paint, so I'll do my best. So, picture this, you are on a balcony, and you want to climb up. Now what can you do? Now you could climb down, go to the side, and then climb up. Or you can just do a manual jump and climb instantly. Now, a problem in every Assassin's Creed game, past, present or future, there will be mistakes made, either by the player or the system trying to predict where you wanna go. And one thing you could have done before when you fuck up is grab a ledge on the side, saving yourself from potential harm, the concrete floor, or just simply saving some time. This saving throw mechanics was removed after Assassin's Creed 4, or Rogue, I didn't play that one.
Huh?
That's the thing I just really don't understand. Why do they keep removing these useful mechanics? And now with AC Mirage around the corner, they're promoting the return to the past with corner swings. I don't fucking care about fucking corner swings or shit like that. Give me back my fucking manual jump. The beauty in those older games, for me at least, wasn't that they were harder. I mean, a child could beat them. It was the fact that they had more control and more depth. For example, like being able to harass civilians, beat up women, tackle women, and jump from the roof onto women. Or at least I actually get to play the game and not just hold W and climb on anything. And the one YouTuber I highly recommend that talked about this is whitelight. He made a video about Assassin's Creed as a whole and really explained it well. And he was actually the first one that I've heard that brought on these topics I was complaining about for years. And I really was complaining. When I saw an Assassin's Creed video back in the day, I used to write essays in the comments section about this bullshit. So to anyone watching this video, he's actually the one that inspired me to make this video. And unlike me, he's actually literate. And if he's actually watching this video, God bless you and may Squarespace never leave you. Now back to Assassin's Creed. After the Ezio trilogy, we had AC3. It tried to simplify the parkour by making it one button. But what I remember from this, it's constantly climbing on tables and barrels and unable to climb down. It had tree parkour, which was pretty neat, but it wasn't anything special since in the forest it was basically a single road you had to follow and couldn't control wherever you were going, unless you decided to completely jump off the tree. I also liked one part of the story, not the main story, but the little settlements you can build, side missions where you help some people and they start a settlement. They give you some bonuses and money in return. But it was honestly just the characters that did it for me. I remember I liked helping them and listening to them. I really would not recommend playing this game, but if you do the homestead missions. They are far the best one. Then we got Assassin's Creed 4. Honestly, one of the best games ever made, especially if you're looking for a pirate game. The ship combat was just amazing, and the atmosphere of just sailing the open as you hear your crew sing the sea shanties and the waves hitting your ship. Sometimes I listen to the shanties on YouTube, but I always gotta add the waves in the background because for me they are just a part of the song. Other than that, I really can't remember anything else. It was definitely an amazing game, but it doesn't have too much noteworthy stuff. Fuck up Stergo missions. Assassin's Creed Rogue. Assassin's Creed Unity. I would say currently the most popular Assassin's Creed game, according to the YouTube shorts. Just looking at the gameplay probably will make you wanna reinstall the game and play it. My advice? Don't do it. 8 out of 10. Assassin's Creed Syndicate. This is where things got bad, and I mean really bad. I don't know if I even need to say too much about this game, and I don't really want to. Now I'm not saying every single decision in this game was bad. The stealth was good, but the parkour wasn't. You had a grappling hook that does everything for you. I remember seeing gameplay trailer for this game, and even then I knew it's all Jover. AC Origins to Valhalla. I'm clumping all of these games together because my throat is starting to hurt. Origins, while it did start straying from the path, it was still decent, and many players loved the character and the story. The only problem for me is that I don't like Egyptians. AC Odyssey is probably the most hated one, because now you can't even assassinate people even in their sleep. Unless you watch a YouTube tutorial for a specific build like you're playing Path of Exile. I personally like this game because I love ancient Greece and the main story which revolves around your family. That stuff gets me. And there's the Viking game. All three games had awful parkour, but Valhalla was the worst one because now you don't even have anything to climb on. At least in Odyssey, you could have climbed the mighty cock of Zeus. The whole map was just a valley with few huts scattered around the map. Even if you did have AC1 mechanics, it wouldn't mean squat because you wouldn't have an opportunity to use those mechanics anywhere. Maybe once in a while you'll be blessed with a 3-story building, and that's about it. Have fun. And with AC Mirage coming out soon, I'm really worried. Because if there's one thing Ubisoft excels at, is selling their product. If you remember the Valhalla trailer, they were marketing the return of social stealth, that at the end was just a gimmick and it was never useful. Or another game, Ghost Recon Breakpoint. It was marketed as a tactical game where you're being hunted by an elite squad of wolves. And there was a UAV flying over you, patrols everywhere, swarms of attack drones, and you had to stay low and survive. Except the game didn't feel like that at all. For the UAV, you just lay in the grass. Enemies are blind, so their patrols are useless. Not to mention they constantly talk, so you will always know they're there. And you had helicopters. Helicopters ruined the game. They were broken. You could get anywhere with no trouble. All the you were being hunted thing goes out the window. It got to a point where you can get a heli, fly over the point, jump out, parachute directly onto the objective, do it in 3 minutes, fast travel to a bivouac and get another heli from it. And repeat. The game would have been great, and it still can, with a mod called Spartan Mod. It changes the enemies, how your gun works, and other things, and it can be an amazing experience. But you will still have to limit yourself if you want a true being hunted experience they were marketing before, like banning helicopters and fast travel, or also banning snipers or scopes larger than 4 times. Now, one of the main problems I believe that Ubisoft games are falling off for is because there really isn't a good passionate artistic kind of director or something like that. No one really understands or even plays games. Now, of course, I could be wrong. I didn't really research any of the Ubisoft staff, but from my gut feeling, they're all a bunch of retards tasked with making money. And then what they'll do is try to retard-proof the game. So what happened is this phenomenon of retard-proof square law, where they don't let you do anything fun in the game. They hold your hands so tight that even doing an action that could potentially cost you 1% of your health, they don't let you do that. Just look at Assassin's Creed Syndicate, I think you get the picture. And another thing they like to do that they ruined Assassin's Creed and Breakpoint is copying mechanics and themes from other popular games. And honestly, the whole industry is guilty of this. If you remember, there was the time everyone was making zombie games, then the Battle Royale games, and now the RPG-like games. So I think they should stop focusing at the current trend and start looking at mechanics that actually suit the game. And finally, I want to talk more about Mirage. I don't think this game is gonna be what people are hoping for. A step in the right direction, certainly, but not quite there yet. Compared to Valhalla, it will definitely be better, just because of the map, a dense city full of verticality, but the parkour mechanics from what I saw in the gameplay trailers looks the same. So I do not believe it will be anything too special, although I'm sure I will enjoy the game. They also advertise escape will be a big part of the game, so you have less health and open combat will be hard. So a quick escape would be better. But then again, like Ghost Recon, they could just fail in making that sort of experience. One thing I really hope they were gonna do from the teaser trailer is the fear takedown from Batman Arkham Knight or Ghost of Tsushima. And while I guess they are doing that, it looks shit. Your character just kinda teleports around, nothing special there. And it might be just another mechanic that we players are gonna have to nerf for just not using it. But who knows? This looks like a dark age for gaming. At least from the AAA games. Hope you liked my little rant. I hope some sort of conclusion can be found in this video. Maybe I should have said more stuff about some stuff and less about another, I don't know. But it is what it is. Please like and subscribe if you like me. If you do, I will like you back in person. I know where you are. That's it. See ya.